Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video, I'm going to take a look at Highlander Warlock. This Highlander Warlock is just the most common build from HS Replay, but it's a pretty decent version of the idea. It's like a 2 deck, but it's a 2 deck with a little bit of more top end, thanks to Siamat and Ciliax. And then of course Zepress, because Zepress gives 2 access to stuff like Savage Roar and Bloodlust and targeted hard removal, so what's there not to like? Other than that, you play it like a 2 deck, but it's difficult to really hard mulligan with this, so you don't get that flame imp on regular basis. You have to be a little bit conservative with your mulligan, try to find the curve already there, because you're not getting anything as reliably as you would with a regular 2 deck where you have 2 copies of everything and you can try to find the absolute best cards. But you're trying to find some kind of a mana curve. If you happen to find some of the really good cards, like if you stumble upon an Evil Recruiter, then you're trying to hold on to that one and any sort of lucky generator that you can find, because those can give you a really big swing in the early game. But just play it like a 2 deck with a little bit less reliable mulligan. So try to play cards on curve. You have a bunch of answers that 2 decks usually don't have, and if you can make good use of those answers, then that can really surprise the opponents. Because you're running stuff like Crazed Alchemist, and you're running stuff like Spirit Bomb. So a couple of surprises for the opponent there. And then sometimes you can also surprise and make good use of something like a history buff and get good buffs on minions in your hand. Much more than any other type of deck, these Highlander decks are about playing with what you have, because you're so unreliable in drawing any specific card. So you really have to look into what sort of cards do I have, what sort of synergies do these cards have with each other, and how do I use all of that in order to win this particular game. If you enjoy this content, you can support the channel by joining as a subscriber or member on YouTube and joining as a follower or subscriber on Twitch. Now, let's go take a look at this Highlander Warlock in action. Let's see about this. We're playing against a rogue. Alright. I have something I can play on various turns. Seems fine. I have a recruiter that can turn a lackey into a Treth. That's cool. Pharaoh Cat. I want my cable rat. Ooh, a witchy lackey. Well, I can't use it right now. Do I want to hit into the Pharaoh Cat? Yeah, I think I might. That prevents him from using backstab on the crystallizer. He can still backstab the cable rat though. Like, he kept every card, so he could have coin, backstab, Edwin. Something like that. A little bit less value from the backstab with the hit on there than it would have otherwise been. That's still not bad. Need to play the Snip Snap. That one just needs to go face, no use to hit into the Miscreant now. Next turn is probably... I try to get the Witchy Lucky Evil Recruiter played, but we'll see. So, he won the 15% roll with the Pharaoh Cat to get a card from another class. It's only 15% to get it. He wins the RNG, that's good for him. I still need to play the Witchy Lucky, even if I can't transform with anything, because, I mean, 4 mana 3/3 plus 5/5 is still good. Now I know that he has a Reborn minion that's a class minion. Then he has 1 Lackey. Okay, discovers a spell with that. That's cool. The 2 deck is losing the board. Funny how it works sometimes. He can't play Togwaggle yet next turn. Oh, I do like Ciliax. Do I like Ciliax more than I like tapping? Ziliax could kill the Miscreant, but I can already kill the Miscreant. And Ziliax is pretty easy for him to deal with. So maybe I like tapping and getting more resources. Then I can play the Squire, and I can play the Mermy. And I can still kill. I think I want to kill the Discoverer Lackey more than I want to kill the Damage Lackey at the moment. You think new set will fix it? At least they are printing extremely powerful cards, so the meta will change, because those cards are insane. So hopefully it will be fun for a few months at least. I don't expect him to have any AoE. So far this is going really nicely. Oh, really nicely. Okay, so now... Actually, there are multiple options here. I don't think I want to Soulfire anything. There's obviously the Ziliax. 4 mana card from Zephyrus. Maybe not. So I guess it's Ziliax's turn. Then I can choose between clearing up the entire board and a demon, or leaving Grandmummy and saving the demon. I think I'll clean up the whole board here. Hit there, hit here, played Ziliax to kill that. I go to 28, his board is clear. He has 7 cards in hand, there's a Warlock card and there's a discovered spell. So that was the discovered spell. And that's cool that I got rid of that one. I think this is Siamat time. And this is a Siamat with Wind Fury and Divine Shield. So we generate a threat here. He can sap Siamat back into hand, but Siamat can come back with Rush. So it can still deal with at least 1 minion, possibly 2. Now he has a new... So there's still 2 Warlock cards now. Okay, he wants to push. Fine. Flaming is a little annoying. So Siamat comes back with Rush and Divine Shield now. Or Rush and Wind Fury. It goes down to 4. I just saw him use an Eviscerate. It's Rush and Wind Fury. That's enough to kill that. But I will play the Flame Imp even though it deals some damage to me. Because I have Zephyrus, so I have some potential healing available. And there might be a way for him to deal with the Siamat, but I did see an Eviscerate now. He doesn't have any lackeys in hand. He has 2 Warlock cards. Many Warlock cards deal 3 damage though, like Hellfires. And some other Warlock cards would kill Siamat the same if it's 4 or if it's 6 health. Although I guess Hellfire and face tanking the Siamat is a perfectly viable option. Okay, he likes to take chances. 1 in 3 for the good stuff, which is to kill the Siamat. Does not kill the Siamat. So I can give Siamat +2 attack, then it's 16, 19, 23. I'm 1 off. But I don't have to be 1 off, because I can probably have lethal with Zephyrus, right? If I put Siamat to 8 attack now, 16, then Zephyrus should just give me lethal. Now with Zephyrus, that's 16, that's 19, we need another 5. Zephyrus, please give me some damage. And that looks like a sweet piece of damage, and then this Wind Fury Siamat is going to go face and just end this game. Let's see. What hi, agent. Alright. Let's go. Too bad I couldn't find a 2-drop. I was really hoping to find a 2-drop. I was considering also keeping the Crystallizer and trying to find another 1-drop. But I figured it's more likely to mulligan that away and find one 2-drop. Better odds of that happening. Sadly, this time it really didn't happen. Not every time. Now, well, he won't play the Crystal Merchant yet, right? Actually, he might, but he won't. Okay, history buff. Need to get a little faster. Missing turn 2 when you're playing this kind of deck, that's a disaster. That's a total disaster. But what can you do? Only one more turn and then the quest will be complete. Rats are available, everything is available. That one doesn't have to attack. I could play like Carpet. And I think Defender of Argus is the play here. Defender of Argus and push face. I have 10 damage available here. I know that's not enough, but he doesn't get to 6 mana yet. So he might not be able to clean up everything with the Surger. So pushing face was the only real option there. He can have the Starfall, of course. Go in with the Carpet. And the Crystallizer. And the big Mermy. Mermy is big enough to kill that one alone. These are all going face. He can't heal yet. Searcher doesn't quite leave him dead. Then there is the Starfall. But I mean, then he needs more. Like an Anubis at Defender and like a Moonfire. That's good. That's much better. He's at 13. I have 9 on board, but he also has the taunt, and next turn he can heal. So okay, he drew perfect cards and wins. Happens in Hearthstone. Time to use an Evil Genius here. Working on getting some buffs going. Okay, we play Mekaru Lucky. No, it's Nefesh Treasure Lucky, of course. The bigger Lucky or the smaller Lucky? The bigger Lucky. I just saw Starfall on the Neferset. So then the Neferset can kill the taunt. And all of this can go face. And now he needs... Well, I mean, isn't the 6 mana healing spell enough? Another Starfall is just a win, right? Pretty much. Another Ferocious Howl. Oh, and there's a swipe. So he gets to 12. I have 9. So even if I tap and I find, I would tapping the only out with the tap is Leroy. While I also have the option to play this 8/8 Siamat out there and see if he can handle that. I think the 8/8 Siamat is more likely to win me this game. Well, no, put him down to 3. There's another route. The Soulfire's an out too. Actually, Grim Rally is also an out because I can play a minion and then Grim Rally. 3 outs. There are 3 outs. 4 out. I still believe more in the Siamat. Wind Fury and Divine Shield. And just push face with these. We'll see if this is right or not, but I felt like I believe more in this. Put him down to 3, get an 8/8 with Divine Shield. That takes so much to deal with. When he also needs to deal with the small ones.
Power takes
But that's a lot of defenses, but I mean, this one kills that. Yeah, this is still fine. This one kills that. I can play an Argent Squire. I can give it Rush. These kill the Lodi. This one kills that and goes face and we win. I might even keep a Spirit Bomb, like if it's a combo priest then I really need to kill something like a Cleric or something.
Is someone injured?
It's a combo priest. But I can't let him start drawing with the Cleric. I just need to kill the Cleric. I was thinking a little bit now that I drew the Vulture, whether to...
Is someone injured?
Oh. Then that happened. That's bad. Okay, I guess we lost this one. He can probably buff up the Cleric in the near future. Exactly as I expected. He might be able to buff it up more. I guess we're about to find out. In the very near future. Did you have another buff for it? Or was that everything? Just let me know, anytime. Just let me know if you have another buff for it.
I see a dark future.
Well, that's inconvenient. Oh, I can't deal with the Amet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can kill the Amet. I can. We're killing the Amet. We're totally killing the Amet here. Let's get rid of the Amet. I don't particularly want him to have the High Priest there to buff up everything that he can play. Psycho Bomb isn't too much fun either. But at least it resurrected just the Cleric. That's something I should be able to deal with. He just wants to hit face. That doesn't help him in any way though. Or does it? I mean, I can still kill both Clerics here. I can play the Deceased Vulture.
I wonder.
And I can play the Crystallizer.
Flash fails.
Get a 3-drop.
Crystal.
Then this one kills the big Cleric. And these kill the small Cleric. So that he cannot draw cards. I really don't want him to be drawing cards. He has a 3-1 now, but his buffs are not quite as effective on a 3-1. Extra Arms is the only good one for that. Okay, we're stabilizing. That's a 3-drop. Crystallizer is the least important minion. It goes there. Then I'll tap, make another 3-drop. Well, that's a really bad 3-drop. I think I need to turn that into a 4-drop. And I want to eat this into a 5/5. And these are going face. That's a really bad 4-drop too, though. That's like one of the worst 4-drops. Down to 6 health, but I mean, Priest doesn't have reach, unless it's some kind of Stormwind Knight build, which should be unlikely. But this can only hit half of the time. So now he has the... Alright, can this hit? It can. I'm going to use that to hit into the Bonsandi, because it's so rare that it can actually hit into something. So make use of the moment where it can actually hit into things. Then the real question is, do I want to tap for another 3-drop? I'll go down to 4. He just drew the 1/2 buffers. I guess I'm fine with playing the Snip Snap now. And the Squire. Just going face. Does he have taunt minions? Because there's definitely still the... Well, there are 2 taunt minions in that deck. The 2-mana 2/3s. None of these are that, because these stuff were drawn by Bonsandi. But there's 4 cards that could be it. Very unlikely that this would be it. Or he would have played it if he had it. And this is a lethal setup. And I already saw one silence too. I guess he gave up. That's what it looks like. Okay. That was against double No-Child Cleric Opener into Divine Spirit and High Priest Tamet and Psycho Bomb. We still win. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.